Who is this irresistible creature who has an insatiable love for the dead?
Hi, my name is Sky, yes, double Y, and welcome to my channel, Sky Explains It All. Or if you've already been here before, welcome back. So y'all, for today's video, I just want to quickly come on here and give my predictions for Beetlejuice or Beetlejuice 2. The first half of this video is going to be my predictions of the vibe that we're going to get from Beetlejuice. And then I'm going to make the other half my experience seeing Beetlejuice, which I am seeing tomorrow. I'll give you guys some of my predictions and things that I think are going to happen. I have listed them all out right here in my little notepad. Based off of the trailers, which honestly, when I saw the first trailer, I was so psyched. I was so happy. I was so excited. But after I saw the one trailer, I didn't want to watch anymore because I didn't want the movie spoiled for me. But I'm someone who goes to the movies a lot. I end up seeing the trailers for the movie anyway, which was a little annoying, but also made me excited. So based off of the previews that I saw, I feel like with this movie, it's kind of giving the vibe of the animated series Beetlejuice, which aired in the late 1980s all the way to the 1990s. And I watched it back when it was a rerun on Nickelodeon. I actually talked about Beetlejuice in a video that I made some months ago in regards to Jenna Ortega being cast in the movie and people's problem with her being cast in it. Based off of the vibe the trailer is giving, like I said, it feels like the animated version of Beetlejuice, where Beetlejuice and Lydia, they get into different adventures and hijinks and all of that. That's the kind of energy I feel like it's giving. I feel like it's going to be super nostalgic. And I wonder if they're going to even have little Easter eggs of things that actually aired in the cartoon, which I'm looking forward to seeing. I already know Catherine O'Hara as Delia Deetz. I already know the looks are going to be giving. The looks are going to be giving because Miss Ma'am gave us a glove headband. A glove headband.
You'll never be glamour.
And sis was eating. Colleen Atwood did her thing as she always does. And actually, side note, if you're looking for that glove headband, they actually sell it on La Femme and Noir. I think it's currently sold out. It's been sold out for a long time, but it's still on the website. So I'm assuming at some point they're going to restock it. So, and I already know that we are going to get an amazing dance number. I feel like with this movie, we may get a little more backstory on Beetlejuice, who he was when he was alive, or maybe even his interactions with Juno. So that's one of my other predictions. We might get a little more backstory with Beetlejuice. In my video that I made, like I said, about Beetlejuice 2 and Jenna Ortega, I said in that video that I pray that they keep Lydia very goth. They keep her spooky, that they don't change her as a character, that she gets to just be grown up but goth. And someone out there must have heard me. I know me and my little platform here, but I don't care. I feel like someone heard me. I put the energy out there into the world. She was goth. When I saw her in the trailer, I was like, thank you, Jesus. Someone heard me, because I was going to feel such a type of way if they pulled a Breakfast Club makeover on her. I really was going to be highly irritated with that. So I'm glad they kept Miss Ma'am true to her gothic roots. It makes me very happy. And side note, I've been loving the looks Winona Ryder has been serving us during this whole press bucket tour of Beetlejuice. Sis is eating our goth queen. She's back. She's the queen of Halloween, honestly. So anyway, moving on. This is not a prediction again. This is just, I truly hope that with all of my heart, that Beetlejuice, meaning not just the movie, I'm meaning the character Beetlejuice himself, played by Michael Keaton, is not woke. I don't want a PC Beetlejuice. I'm not sorry. I don't want a PC Beetlejuice. That is the whole point of Beetlejuice. He's meant to be jarring. He's meant to be offensive. He's meant to be raunchy and wrong in every sense of the way, which is why nobody gets along with him, because he's an awful thing. He's an awful being. That's why nobody can't stand him. So I really hope they just let him be that and exist in that realm that he is an awful entity. He's literally an entity. I don't know why you would make a PC entity. That doesn't even make sense to me. But I just gotta say that I don't know what direction they're going in. I don't know how much pressure the studio could potentially put on Tim Burton and just everyone in general making the movie to be a certain way. But I'm hoping that they allow the essence of Beetlejuice to remain the same, because the OG Beetlejuice, the one from the 80s, that has been my movie, like I said in my past video, since childhood. It makes me cackle. Even to this day, I laugh because it's just a movie. It's not meant to be taken too seriously, and we're not even really meant to like Beetlejuice. Like, he's not really a villain, and he's not even a hero. I wouldn't even say he's an anti-hero. He's just like this entity, this aura that exists that causes havoc, who happens to be helpful from time to time. Like, he gives that energy, and I just hope that they let him be that, and I'd really appreciate it. Those are pretty much just like all of my thoughts and my predictions and my thoughts and how I'm feeling about Beetlejuice 2 before I actually go and see it, like I said, tomorrow. So I have nothing really much to do with Beetlejuice 2, but I just want to say how I feel like I'm low-key a little psychic, or someone heard me when I made my video about Beetlejuice 2 and Jenna Ortega. Because remember how I said in that video, if you haven't seen it yet, I said, oh, I don't know why people are like so mad about Jenna being cast. Like, she's already like in these kind of roles. She's been in Wednesday. She's been in all these other like horror movies and stuff. Like, this is her shtick. This is her vibe. It would be kind of thrown off if they did someone who's like kind of bubblegum, like Sabrina Carpenter. Now, if they cast, I don't know, someone like who's like Sabrina Carpenter all of a sudden, and they cast her as Lydia Deetz's daughter, then I'd be like, oh, that came out of nowhere. But even then, still, I wouldn't hate Timber. But I also said I wouldn't even be mad because, like I said, you never know, Miss Ma'am could eat. So keep in mind, I said that months ago about Sabrina Carpenter potentially in my like a fake scenario playing Lydia Deetz's daughter. Taste came out, Sabrina Carpenter's music video, and who's in the video? Jenna Ortega. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm psychic. I feel like, what are the chances of me talking about freaking Sabrina Carpenter in a Beetlejuice video, so random, and to Jenna and being in Sabrina's music video? Like, what are the coincidences? Like, who else do you know was randomly talking about Sabrina Carpenter potentially being in Beetlejuice like months ago? Like, I feel like I'm psychic, or someone in the higher ups saw my video and they like sprinkled in a little influence. Like, I don't care how small this channel is. I don't care. There are people who see things no matter what. There are sleuths all over the internet on here who have pull in the industry, who be watching everything from huge to small content creators. They be watching everything. So either I'm psychic or someone's watching me. I feel like it is no coincidence that I said Sabrina Carpenter in that video, and then Jenna Ortega is in her music video. Because who would have ever put them two together? Who? Tell me. Who said it? Who said it first? Who said it? Oh my gosh. I'm not taking that too seriously, but I'm just saying, like, that is quite the coinkydink. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna go for now, and when you guys see me again, I will be telling you guys my thoughts and my experience about seeing Beetlejuice 2. So, see you guys later. Just wanted to come on here and let y'all know that today is, what is all this? Today is Wednesday. It is September 4th. It's the actual date. This is my prediction day. And then tomorrow, September 5th, I will record a video of me actually seeing the video. So this is my initial predictions, and I'll be back tomorrow. All right, later. Hey, you guys, this is Sky, back for part 2 of this video. So as you see, I have on my Lydia Deetz sweatshirt on. As you see, like, my gold necklace and my rings that I love to wear, my coffin ring and my skull ring. So very on brand for Beetlejuice vibes. Eat and then head to the theater, and then I'll be back to give you guys my thoughts about the movie and see if any of my predictions or any of my thoughts came to pass. All right, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey y'all, so I am back. I saw Beetlejuice, and I'm back a bit later than I initially intended on, because listen, after I told y'all I was on my way to see Beetlejuice, I saw it, but my friend popped up and is back in town, so I went to go hang out with them. I really need my downtime. I really need my alone time, so that's why y'all did not get a video last week, and that's why you're getting the Beetlejuice video this week, and then you'll get the Freaky Fridays video next week, because I need to get myself together. Predictions was that Beetlejuice was going to be like the animated series that came out in the 80s, like with Lydia and, you know, Beetlejuice on their adventures. And I feel like we got an essence of that, definitely. The next one was Catherine O'Hara as Delia Deetz, would have an iconic wardrobe, and did.
Perfect. Thank God somebody came to work today.
Like,
I feel like I couldn't have gone wrong with this prediction because it's Colleen Atwood, like Miss Ma'am eats whatever she puts out into the world. But I loved the costume design, especially for the Astrid, Lydia Dietz's daughter, who's played by Jenna Ortega. The vibes from her wardrobe, I was getting like very 90s vibe with her outfit. Her style lines up with something that happens in the movie, and I was like, ooh, I caught that before y'all even said what it was. Like, there were parts of this movie where like I could kind of see where it was going. Like, it was in a sense predictable, but it was still fun to watch. There's this jacket that Catherine O'Hara as Delia Dietz wears. It's like black and white. It's like this long like, trench coat, but like I think it's mostly like it like mimics almost like a motorcycle jacket. I want that jacket. I want that jacket. I want that jacket. I want that jacket. I'm sure it costs an arm and a leg. It's probably going to be displayed in like a museum somewhere. Dance numbers. That was my other prediction. We definitely did get dance numbers, and we got a couple, which I'm sure if you've seen the trailers, there's people dancing in like this subway. I'm not going to give it away, but there's definitely dance sequences. I was right about that. Oh, I said that for this movie we would get more backstory on Beetlejuice, which I was right. I got quite a bit of backstory about him and his past life and his relationships with certain people. I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but we definitely did get some backstory. I think I said in like the first part of this video that on the trailers, I was so glad that they kept Lydia goth, and they very much did keep her goth in the movie. Like, I mean, we already saw that they did, but I just love how it's like her, literally her whole aesthetic, like it's her whole personality, and I'm so glad they kept that. But there are elements where I feel like it almost low-key feels like they kind of dumbed down Lydia, not like to an alarming level. She seemed like she was sharper when she was younger versus now that she's older. And when I mean sharper, I don't mean like forgetting stuff. I mean like she seemed like to have more of a sense of self when she was a teenager versus in this movie, which is crazy because usually it's the opposite. I'm not upset really with the way her character has developed over time, but I'd say I'm a little more disappointed because the energy that she's giving in this movie doesn't feel like an adult Lydia that I thought would even exist. Because let me be clear, I didn't even think Lydia would be a character that would even have kids, like with a man, for let alone. I don't necessarily think that Lydia would have even been gay. I just feel like Lydia would want to be doing her own thing, you know, hanging out in cemeteries, reading books, very much being a spinster, which I think even Winona Ryder said in an interview that she never thought that Lydia would have kids, and I'm right there with her. Never saw that happening, but here we are in this universe. Canonically, she has a child, which is wild to me. Making a sequel, they could have still had the movie without Lydia having a child, but that's just me. I am delighted that they did not make Beetlejuice PC. They made him as problematic, as racy as he wanted to be, and I'm so glad because I was in the theater cracking up. The fellow theater watchers were in there cracking up. Like, nobody seemed offended by the things that he said. And nothing he said I feel like was even that bad to begin with. So I'm glad that they let him be raunchy and like not PC. Overall, the movie was fun. I give it like a solid B. Was it the best movie I've ever seen? No. Is it ever gonna top Beetlejuice for me, like the first one? No. But I feel like that's understandable because, for I'm sure a lot of us, we grew up watching the movie. Like, this was a movie that I remember watching before I can even like remember. So the nostalgia element there for that movie is gonna have me extremely biased. So no matter what anyone says, if they've seen this movie, I feel like growing up and they liked it, you're going to have a bias when seeing the second one. I feel like most people are gonna think the original is better, which is understandable. Like, that's the one you grew up with. I am glad was in the movie were practical effects. I was so happy that we had practical effects and the CGI was kind of limited. Mentioned this in videos in the past before. Like, I love like practical effects. I love sets. I like physical, tangible things that you can see the actors like interacting with, and we know that it's not like a screen or a blue blob they're interacting with. They're actually interacting with something tangible. Because I don't care how good the best actor is in the world, their performance is completely different than if they have the real thing in front of them versus something that they have to create in their mind. I don't care what nobody says, it makes a difference. It makes the movie magic experience completely different. So I'm glad that they had physical, tangible things that they could interact with. And I'm hoping, like along with the Barbie movie when it came to making like physical sets, I'm hoping that this movie, Beetlejuice, will help propel the way to movies and studios incorporating more practical effects and using like special effects or CGI to help enhance those things, but not to be the whole movie. Because I've been sick of that forever, because sometimes it's like you're just looking at a really bad video game and you go to some of these movies and it's not fun to watch. I'm like, okay, I literally know you were in front of a screen the whole time. Like, I feel like it diminishes some of the magic, at least for me. I only can speak for myself. I loved Monica Bellucci in it. I already knew who her character was going to be because when it officially had an IMDb page, I went and looked at the cast list and I saw who her character was listed as, so I already knew who she was going to be, but just not the backstory of her character. But she looked bomb. It's Monica Bellucci. It was giving Sally from A Nightmare Before Christmas meets Emily from Corpse Bride, and I was here for it. The dress that she wears in the movie, I want that like yesterday. And that will be an exceptionally good Halloween costume. All of my thoughts about Beetlejuice. And if you like this video, like it. If you're enjoying the content I make here, please subscribe. I'd very much love to have you here. And you guys, leave me a comment below. Did you see the movie Beetlejuice? Did you like it? Did it live up to your standards? Did you like it just as much as the original? Did you like it a little less? Or were you just happy, have a good old time seeing the movie? Leave it down for me in the comments below. Thank you so very much for watching, and until next time, I have to return some videotapes. Bye, guys!